Hello everyone and welcome back to the second part of my Halloween special. This week, we're diving into a series that helped shape the future of the supernatural genre, The X-Files. Even today, we're still enjoying the pop cultural influences it has over our lives. In this video, I'll be giving an overarching analysis of this groundbreaking show, which makes each viewer who watches it question if you're a skeptic or a believer. Before we dive in, make sure that you're subscribed and are up to date on all my latest content. And now, without further ado, let's explore The X-Files. Chapter 1: The Skeptic and the Believer. I want to believe has always been the dominant message staring at us, the viewers, from the series' inception. However, as much as you want to believe in all things related to the X-Files, the majority of people rarely believes in things that seem unnatural. The narrative has always been about one character who comes from the world of science, trying to disprove the X-Files, and another who is a total believer, willing to explore the possibilities that science has never found concrete conclusions for. Whether it's from folklore, paranormal activities, or even the extraterrestrial encounters, these are all possibilities in trying to solve the case. Within each episode, the viewer witnesses the tug between the skeptic and the believer, always arguing whether there is an actual scientific explanation or not. Although both agents have opposite viewpoints, the narrative never makes you feel like either of these agents is there to be a supporting figure. They're both exceptional at profiling and solving cases, no matter how impossible they might be. It's just their faith in science or the X-Files that sets them apart. The constant pull created where one has to find indefinite proof to convince the other becomes one of the reasons why it's so easy to relate to at least one of the two agents involved. Especially when Agent Scully, who was initially introduced as the skeptic of the series, starts to lean into more of Agent Mulder's characteristics. In doing so, the series introduces another character of skeptics, allowing the viewers to always witness both sides of the opinions. Chapter 2: The Need to Find the Truth. No matter how fragile they are, the truth is one of the most sacred things in our lives, the building blocks of everything we hold dear. However, the truth that the X-Files unit seeks during the investigation is not the type of truth that most ordinary humans cling to. Most people's journey to truth is usually paired with life, the joys and the tragedies that comes from it. However, in the X-Files, the extraterrestrial, the supernatural, and mystic natures are some of the few cases that these agents seek the truth from. The X-Files brings on a heavier burden over these agents, dealing with truth that many skeptics will refuse to believe. Some of this is because the town or the shadow government is trying to erase all records of it happening, covering it up as if there's nothing there, so that no one outside the agents that investigated the case would believe them. Aside from being a burden for the agents, these constant obstacles also fuels a fire unlike anything else, an obsessive nature, some might say, of trying to find the exact truth no matter the consequences. This obsession that is created from the X-Files, the need to find the truth, becomes one of the biggest tropes that the series uses, especially when it comes to Fox Mulder. Someone who is always ready to believe the unlikeliest of theories as he searches for the truth that he had been searching for his entire life. This power that truth-seeking can have becomes a great reminder for the viewers to be careful in searching for the truth, because sometimes the truth you're searching for can be the most dangerous of weapons above anything else. Chapter 3: The Cover-Up. Over the entirety of the narrative, the need for the truth is sometimes impossible, due to the existence of people or organization that forces the truth to be covered up, to enhance their agenda of normalcy, that the world is in fact at war with an alien race. This darkness that plagues the government becomes one of the key antagonists within the series. Not all things are to be blamed on the individuals involved in the cover-up, even when at times it is easy to think that way. The notion of a cover-up itself is a greater threat than any single person. The idea that it is even remotely possible to conceal major truth like the existence of extraterrestrial and the secret government programs using fringe science is the truth those involved wish to keep a secret. The greatest advantage lies in their ability to maintain this secret over those seeking the truth. While most people fall in line believing these cover-ups, some intentionally attempts to uncover the truth. These range from agents working on the X-Files, especially Fox Mulder, directly investigating matters the shadow government hopes they won't discover, to the lone gunmen, heroes in their own way, whose only goal is to learn the truth and publish it for the world to see it. These outliers are the ones we cheer for, knowing that even though they have a little chance of succeeding in their mission, they remain determined to uncover the truth, no matter the consequences, even if the truth is unlike anything they've imagined. Chapter 4. The evasive nature when it comes to extraterrestrials. Out of all the cases that the X-Files has investigated, the reality is there's been one subject that's been more evasive than the other cases. The extraterrestrials, or aliens, have always been the gateway of concept towards the X-Files itself. However, it is also true that aliens have always been something that the series have made the viewers question whether they truly exist or not. Cases based on mythology, biblical, or supernatural have always been covered in depth, showcasing that the world Mulder and Scully are in is unnatural to the world that the audience lives in. The existence of undiscovered creatures terrorizing a certain town, to humans who evolve unnaturally, allowing them to do things one can never imagine, or even a biblical cult attempting to cause the end of days as the scriptures have said, these cases actually took place over the course of the series. However, when it came to episodes focusing on the extraterrestrials, there was a slight sense of evasion from the writers, creating a powerful sense of intrigue and mystery at the same time. Do aliens really exist within the world, or is it just a hoax created by a selected few members of the government who wants people to believe in such things just to keep the conspiracy alive? These are the questions that raises the stakes when the episode starts to ramp up on the existence of aliens. Learning that the conspiracy that had always clouded the minds of the viewers, similar to the characters of the series, is all worth it, knowing that aliens do truly exist and there has always been a dark looming cloud covering said topic. Chapter 5. The horror elements. Outside of the overarching narrative that the series tells, the filler episodes in between, or the Monster of the Week episodes, showcases many of the cases that the X-Files unit tackles. These episodes brings to light the variety of cases that are categorized as part of the X-Files, and some are just downright terrifying. The series has tackled many interesting cases, from mundane yet unsettling scenarios like ritualistic cults, to bizarre and deadly phenomenons like killer cockroaches. While some of these cases can be dismissed as ordinary investigation intended purely for entertainment, there are some Monster of the Week episodes that linger in the minds of the viewers. These episodes stick with the viewers for a reason. It could be lighthearted moments or major character developments that unfold, or it could just be the opposite. The terrifying and horrific nature of the X-Files cases being investigated. From the first season's haunting case of Tombs, introducing a villain creepier and more unsettling than anything in the series, to other terrifying episodes like The Pusher or Badala. These cases reshape the perception of the series. How can a show that often controls its horror suddenly elevate it to an extreme, leaving viewers shocked by what they have witnessed? This elevation in horror is so unexpected that it leaves viewers unprepared for what the next Monster of the Week narrative will bring, creating a unique blend of fear and excitement. Chapter 6. The Ending. Usually when a series is going to end, for the better or the worse, there is a sense that we, as the viewers, will be given answers for the mysteries still left behind. However, the original iteration of the X-Files leaves off where the series has started, with those within the shadow government wielding the authority and power, even if it's in the hands of different people, covering up everything they deem necessary. The only difference by the end of the series is that there are more believers willing to accept the benefits of the X-Files and in turn Mulder's cause for finding the truth. This dark message, where despite numerous attempts to uncover the truth, those controlling it still have the advantage, becomes a cloud that looms over the conclusion. Mulder, imprisoned for what he knows, symbolizes this reality. Those who have faced the tyranny of the shadow government are now forced to choose a side, either let the enemy win or risk their lives and careers to save Mulder and his cause. The darkness looming over the entire series transforms into a somber reflection for the viewers. Despite their desire to see the truth revealed, the message remains that the parts at play are too powerful to defeat. This leaves viewers contemplating the implications of these events. Scully and Mulder are now fugitives and have barely escaped with their lives, while their allies who risked everything are left to face the consequences, whatever they might be. Epilogue. Things are never really over. When one chapter ends, another one begins. That saying is true in many aspects of life and in the narrative sense. As much as viewers seek closure by uncovering the truth and watching the characters they follow achieve some sort of happily ever after, that is not always the case. These characters' lives continue, and the original ending of The X-Files was to a great extent not a moment of closure for the viewers. Witnessing Mulder and Scully turn into fugitives, while the conspiracy of the extraterrestrials persists, left viewers with an unsettling fear that in reality, the protagonists might not win against the shadow government. So when the series was rebooted, first with a movie and then 2 more seasons of content, viewers witnessed how many of their fears came true. Although Mulder and Scully found themselves free from being fugitives, the conspiracy of the extraterrestrials became even more bleak, reminding viewers of how much power the shadow government led by the smoking cigarette man, truly wields. As Mulder and Scully face the difficulties of modern times with technological advancements and media's powerful influence over the nation, the battle to uncover the truth evolves into a crisis, both for the viewers and for Mulder. When Mulder's investigation into the truth came abruptly to an end as he became a fugitive, his absence, along with the X-Files unit being shut down, this allowed the shadow government to rise, more powerful than ever before, creating a bleak and powerful conflict to overcome. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you've enjoyed the second part of this Halloween special. The final part is coming in 2 weeks, and if you haven't watched the X-Files yet, I hope this analysis has inspired you to check it out for yourself. Even though I didn't grow up with it when it originally aired, I still feel a strong sense of nostalgia for its world and its impact. While I wouldn't want to live in the eerie worlds it represents, there's something comforting about the portrayals of simpler times in which it had aired. As mentioned before, this special wraps up in 2 weeks, with the final episode being on Fringe, so please stay tuned. So if you're looking forward to the final part of this special, don't forget to press the subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and share the video with your friends. And also, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. And I'll see you soon for another review episode.